Eons the moon has been the legend of lore for indigenous souls that looked up and gazed at its beauty, not knowing its true grotesque stare upon the aura of all conscious beings on the inverted Gaia. On the positive quadrant timeline of El and his half bloodline some time ago made an appalling pact with the fallen giants, the gods of Mount Hermon, for scarce resources on the planet. El, who believed humans to be inferior, was a very selfish visitor to the planet who wanted control over humans for labor and their sacred essence called the divine spark. El was to give this attuned spark as sacrifice to his dark lords of death as part of his planetary rites. Although El's dry thirst for power was strong, his quenched master's hauntings on the nearby planets were unmatched in physical and logical thinking. To them, the outsider El was considered fragile, weak, and a damp squib. Not one of them liked the strange alien. Bigotry at its finest, but they knew he had purpose and put him to use in a dark blessing ritual. El also identified his extraterrestrial technology was primitive against their renowned prowess and had no effect on the dark high frequency beings of light. These fallen ones were almost impervious to all things of the material realms, making war with the strange light beings futile. However, these evil ones can be seen always conspiring to administer death upon humans, in particular with an unholy global alliance called the Pact, for the extraction of the soul's essence. For these fallen false gods have none. Swiftly, authority was given to corrupt officials along with the power of crafting, symbolism, and writing techniques, keeping records of harvest seasons, animals, along with ceremonial, blasphemous dates for remembrances of this wicked systematic control. These elites retain flunky humans, bartering parsimoniously commodities that are part of their unscrupulous, unjust systems, making humans develop negative emotions to one kind, all while the Dark Ones partake delightfully, gorging on all as victuals for their vile soulless ways. The Dark Ones, the bloodline heirs to their religious kitsch parents, built many human farms called cities, filled with industry schemes and ploys that most children of men did not know of this terrible pact, bondage for generations. The moon is said to be the habitation of these sky gods and plans the annihilation of human societies again, repeating the insane conundrum for ages to come. Projecting artificially made negative mind altering frequencies from the satellite, the waves would instigate humans to be flooded with an overstimuli of moods, affecting self-control with dark thoughts in most humans, especially in sharp, attuned, gifted children of the Holy Divine, would cause a state of violence, grief, or madness within the communities. The suffering realm calls for good champions, for the crazed loop must be broken, for these fallen agents of evil know not the realm they are in. The Lord has dire endings to these artificial, pompous gods. Deep in a cave far north, the humanoid raptor has a thought to himself. Lost in the void, though you shine so bright, not knowing the dark, pitch-black path goes into an endless, horrific, frigid abyss. You may fall off the cliffs of unrighteousness, even declaring death unto oneself. There is always faith. Let your Redeemer, the Christ, liberate you from your delusions of the dead. Quicken the grip of your lantern so that you may continue the path for truth, the way, and life. However, I will not follow you just yet, Lord, for I must fight these authors of wickedness and light a flame to their nest in these black holes. The race with Lilith of my same kind was amazing for tribal leadership. Yet I have come back to this cave to understand my true intentions for this existence, to ponder a question all warriors must come to grip with, a righteous death. From that found holy book the Lord said, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Somehow it feels right to die in battle. I will be the very thing I despise, for my soul will ache and suffer if I don't help those left in the same darkness, the weak or the innocent. Am I not your hero now? All those who perished fighting for justice before me, all beings alike, taken away into captivity as we all fled deeper into forests, frigid mountains, blistering sands, and the deepest of caves. What happened to all those beings, and how did these dark ones were crafty enough to ensnare our minds and spirits? It's the reaping season of our dead, and these space demons came for their crop, and I would deny their tyranny of pious wickedness. I am left only with beautifully destructive hands, with thoughts of holy scriptures made by the inspiration of the glory of the Holy Ghost in men. Madness, not out of defiance for superficial envy, but for true love. What more fine reason, Lord? Am I not my brother's keeper? Surely you will have another light for me for this pitch darkness. To the extreme north from the Raptor's mountain abode, approaching the forbidden Arctic wall, a mysterious man-made machine known as Stranger makes his approach to penetrate deep into the plains of what is known as the realm of the entrapped. This place is for tormented, jailed humans ensnared by their vile, spiritless captors, the Dark Ones. However, a pathway has been made to the outer walls, an electric fenced barrier. Perhaps another flame has been lit after all, for the storm approaching is a fire called Holy Ash.